Hello student, welcome to VidyaNest. Today we are going to start a new chapter, limit. Class 1. First, we have to understand what is the basic concept of limit. Suppose you have taken a number, say x is equal to 1 plus 1 by 1, 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by 3. In this way, number is being increased and you have got 1 plus 1 by n. That means if n is increasing, then the number is decreasing and tending to 1, then x is tending to 1. Okay, x is tending to 1. Like you know, in recurring decimal, in junior class you were taught, say x 0.9, then 0.99, 0.999. So if you continue like this, so many nines are coming, but it is not actually 1, but tending to 1, okay. So then this 1 is called limiting value of 1, this x 1 is called limiting value of x. Say if I draw the number line, this is 1, you are approaching 1, 0.9 recurring, it means it is about to meet 1. It is about to meet 1. So this part which is approaching 1 is coming from left hand side of 1. So it is called left hand limit. Left hand limit. Okay. When what is the basic difference between 1 and that value would be 1. 1 and this value. See, there is a term, it is called epsilon. Epsilon is pre-assigned least positive quantity no matter however small. So if that value of 1 and 0.999, that thing, the difference between 1 and this value, if lesser than that pre-assigned least positive quantity, which is called least, what is its value? That depends on you, how much lesser it can be. Okay, say 10 to the power minus 100 you can take. So small. If that difference is lesser than epsilon, then you can say that x, which has this value, is about to fall on 1. Means in that case, limit of this value x tends to 1 will be 1. Now, this is called left hand limit and that is called right hand limit. Why? Because 1 plus 1, 1 plus half, 1 plus 1/3, gradually the number is decreasing and approaching 1. So this is called right hand limit. Now, if left hand limit is equal to right hand limit, means f 1 plus means what? plus 1? No. 1 plus means right hand side of 1. F1 plus is equal to F1 minus. Then you can say limit exists. Then you can say limit exists. Suppose you are going to school. From in the front gate of your school, one side, that is left side, another side, that is right side. Students are coming from left side and few students are coming from right side. If the school is open, that means you can meet. That means on that case your limit exists. But if school is closed, that means left hand limit and right hand limit could not meet. That's why in that case limit will not exist. Okay. So hope you understood the existence of the limit. Now, yes. Yes, if they are equal, and 1 plus means not plus 1. Right hand side of 1, 1 minus 1 means not minus 1. Left hand side of 1. Okay. From this way, from this side, someone is approaching a point, and from this side, someone is approaching a point. If they meet, that means limit exists. Understand? Okay. Now we will frame the definition of the limit from that concept. See, suppose there is a curve y is equal to fx, and what curve it indicates? Any curve, obviously. I am telling you that, see, this curve I am referring, see, this is x and y. I am referring by this curve the study time and result of a student. If x is the study time, y be its result. Suppose one student is spending a times, x is equal to a. Okay. Then he or she can get marks L. So this point must be what? A comma L. Okay. Here x is A, y means fx is L. Now, one student has increased the time. How much? Del. So now the time is spent how much? A plus del. If the spending time for study is increased, obviously the result in board will go high in class 10. It has become A plus delta. How much increment? I am letting that epsilon. L plus epsilon. Okay. So if the student is spending delta more time, then marks will become little bit higher. Previously the standard marks was L, then it has become L plus epsilon. Now few students who are for the time being derailed reduce the study time, same study time. Then for them, how much is the spending time? X is equal to A minus delta. Obviously, for them, their performance will be declined. And See here performance we had seen incremented, here decremented, and for this example, for this instance, I am taking the increment and decrement with uniform amount. See, delta time is reduced, so max is also reduced, epsilon. So those who have spent a minus delta time has got L minus epsilon marks. This part is L minus epsilon. Okay. Now the class 10's result is out, and after class 10's result, maximum students get relaxed. So the students who are uh, uh, whose status is that position now got little bit relaxed, and few of them are gradually decreasing the study time which had increased to achieve that marks. So once they pursuing decrement of study time, then along this graph their performance will become reduced. Yes or no? And those students who stays here have got trash at their home, and their parents are saying, okay, you have got this marks by spending this time, you spend more time, somehow you have to get a standard marks, not that level of marks, standard marks. Otherwise, very difficult to find a place in society. So those students were somehow displaced from their status, now spending time more. Obviously, their performance will increase. Yes or no? So those students who got good, extraordinary marks and somehow relaxed after 10, they are reducing their time, so their performance declining, and they are tending to that uh, modest level marks in class 11, and those who got poor marks for the time being are spending time more and reaching that standard level, okay, for them. So what we have seen from this side means x is equal to a, x is equal to a, and a plus delta time. Maximum time was spent, a plus delta. Minimum time is a minus delta. And here x is equal to a. That is the standard time. And that is the spontaneous increment of the serious students and decrement by the little bit derailed students. Now these time are coming closer to each other because here delta is reducing, so their study time is increasing, their study time is decreasing. Yes or no? So the performance of the students who got L plus epsilon marks and who got L minus epsilon marks are also coming closer, because performance depends on the time spent by the student. Okay, so that part is called right hand limit. This part is right hand part of the domain, and this is right hand part of the range, right hand part of the range. So here that inequality can be rewritten. How? See here, if I take the right part of the inequality, x less than a plus del. So I can write x minus a less than del. Okay. And if you take the left part of the inequality, a minus del less than x, that means a minus x less than del. Take minus common, x minus a less than del. So here we got plus x minus a, here we got minus x minus a. So just recall your memory. In function we got mod, the concept of mod. Mod x will be x if x greater than 0. Mod x will be minus x if x less than 0. So plus x minus a and minus x minus a combinedly give us mod x minus a less than 10. Okay. That means from this neighborhood, time is when incremented time and decremented time are coming closer. Incremented and decremented time are coming closer. Therefore, the incremented marks and decremented marks are also approaching each other, and once they meet at fx is equal to L. Yes or no? Then L will be the limiting value. So, in the similar manner, if I take that inequality, fx less than L plus epsilon, bring L in left hand side. And if I take that part, L minus epsilon less than fx, so L minus fx less than epsilon. So instead of this, I can write minus fx minus L less than epsilon. So plus fx minus L and minus fx minus L togetherly give us mod fx minus L. Yes or no? So what we have observed, as the difference between x and a is being reduced, then the difference between that fx of that state position and fx of this position will be reduced, and once they will meet. So we can say in that case the students of both status have got their limit, means somehow got a standard marks. So I suggest the students community not to follow this, because always stay at this position, don't come down. So okay, see, so what conclusion I can draw? If x and a less than delta, what is delta? A small positive number. Delta is a small positive number. If that thing implies fx minus L less than epsilon, where epsilon's definition already we have got pre-assigned, least positive quantity, then limit LT x tends to a, x and a's difference is being reduced, then fx will become L. That is the definition of the limit. It is called epsilon delta method. It is called epsilon delta method. Definition of the limit. Understand? Suppose you have got x tends to 2, fx is equal to 3. Then if you are asked what was fx, fx is also exactly 3. No, fx was slightly greater than 3 and slightly lesser than 3 and slightly greater than 3. Okay. From both sides, they are approaching which value? 3. That's why 3 is the limiting value. Where time that x slightly lesser than 2 plus delta, 2 minus delta. Understand? This is the formation of the limit. Okay. Now, using this definition, sometimes any student can write, instead of LT, they can write lim in short form. Lim is also limit. Okay. So that is definition of the limit. Definition of limit by epsilon delta method. Now we can defend one sum of limit using this definition. See, suppose you are told to find x sine 1 by x. X sine 1 by x. See, you can do it by any way. But I am explaining this with definition of the limit. We know sine 1 by x lies between plus 1 to minus 1. Okay, because we know the range of sine theta, plus 1 to minus 1. Yes or no? Now, what about x sine? So, if you want to express it by mod, plus and minus both have to be included. Mod of sine 1 by x less than equal to 1. But there is one extra x appended. So you multiply both sides by x. Okay. Now, by the basic property of number theorem, mod A into mod B will be mod AB. So, mod X okay. Now, what is given? X tends to 0. X tends to 0 means mod X also tends to 0. So, it is the nearest value to 0. So, I must say it is less than epsilon. So, x not exactly 0. See, mod x is not exactly 0, but nearest to 0. But what is that nearest value? We cannot fix. It is non-measurable. Okay, but we can feel, we can comprehend. So, it must be lesser than epsilon. So, I can write x sine 1 by x. If I write a minus 0, that will not make a difference. X minus 0. Now, it is comparable to what? The definition of the limit fx minus L less than epsilon, where x is tends to 0. So, L is what? 0. Therefore, limit x tends to 0, x sine 1 by x is L. L is what? 0 over here. That is by definition we have done. Okay. Now, when you will do limit, you always remember one thing. Suppose you have got limit of two functions which are in additive form or in deferred form. So, you can split them into two parts. It is basic concept. if they are in product, then I can write them separately. And obviously, if they are in division form, I can write separately. Okay. Now the question is that x tends to a is given. Question is what? Can I put x is equal to a? Obviously, I can put in division form. Obviously, I can put x is equal to a. If GA, suppose I am putting a in place of x. If GA, if not equal to 0, GA is not equal to 0, then you can put a in place of x. Or by putting x is equal to a, if you get 0 by 0 form, then you will not be allowed to put the limiting value directly. Understand? Suppose you have got limit x tends to 1. First, we will put x is equal to 1. You can ask me x is not is equal to 1. How can you put? You should put the nearest value to 1. But what is that nearest value? We don't know. So, we will put x is equal to 1, though we know the limitation that what is the nearest value of 1, it is cannot be measured. So, I will put x is equal to 1. But here if you put, you see 1 minus 1 0, 1 minus 1 0. So, it is attending 0 by 0 form. Yes or no? That means we are not allowed to put x is equal to 1. So, it demands simplification. So, x plus 1, x minus 1, that will get cancelled. So, that 0 part is removed from denominator. 0 part removed from denominator, you have got x plus 1. Now, you can put a, x is equal to 1 subject to the matter that whether you are getting a finite value or not. Yes, if I put x is equal to 1, I am getting finite value. Then you can ask me where that method is discussed that x is equal to not equal to 1 exactly. Actually, x not equal to 1, but the sake of calculation we are taking 1. So, as a side note, you have to write x tends to 1, x not equal to 1. You have to make the examiner understand that you know the concept of limit, not blindly you are putting x is equal to 1. Understand? Yes. Had it been other value, then it is okay. But here x tends to 1 and x minus 1 is given in denominator. So, if I am putting x is equal to 1 directly, then I will get 0. So, that is, that is calling what? The concept of infinity or undefined result. But limit, we are doing limit chapter. So, it must have finite value. So, I can't put x is equal to 1 directly. But had it been x is equal to 2, x tends to 2, then you would have tried by putting x is equal to 2, you would have got a finite value. Then you could have uh, put this x's value directly. Like x tends to 2 in the same sum. If I put x x is equal to 2 directly, shall I get 0 in the denominator? No. So I am entitled to put x is equal to 2 directly, because here if this is fx and this is gx, which we have just discussed few minutes back, here g2 is not equal to 0. So it is 4 minus 1 by 1, answer 3 directly you will get, but here you can't do that. Okay. Okay. So that is the basic knowledge of limit. Now there is one interesting thing. What interesting thing? We will recall one theorem that is called sandwich theorem. What is that sandwich? By spelling with not matching with normal sandwich. Okay. So, and it has other name. Squeeze theorem, squeeze play theorem. What is that? See how it is, though it differed by differed by spelling with normal sandwich which you are eating. See, suppose there is a bread, there is a bread, in the uppermost, there is a bread in the lowermost layer, and in between two breads, vegetables, veg sandwich you are having now, suppose vegetables are there. So if someone is having this sandwich, then how can you describe that event to your friend? Okay, the uppermost bread is eaten by your friend, and lowermost bread are also eaten by your friend. That means it is our easy conclusion, the vegetable part of the middle is already being eaten. Yes or no? Is uppermost eaten, lowermost is eaten, so middle part also be eaten. Yes or no? So you drag this concept in math. This is, suppose, hx function, this is dx, and between two function another function fx is squeezed. So if limit extends to a, the limiting value of the uppermost function, that is infimum, supremum, limiting value of the lowermost function, infimum, if equal, then limiting value of the middle function is also same. This is called sandwich theorem or squeeze play theorem. Understand? Sandwich theorem or squeeze play theorem. Understand? Now, does it have any application in maths? Obviously, in jugglery of theorem, in bookish knowledge, it has direct application. But does this theorem refer any direct sum which can come in board or JEE? Let us discuss one sum of this type. Sandwich theorem. Let a function maps from real number to 0 to infinity. Means domain is real and codomain is 0 to infinity, 0 is not included. Open interval means 0 is not included. Be such that fx plus e to the power x plus x square by fx fx plus e to the power x plus x square by fx less than equal to e to the power x plus e to the power x square. E to the power x plus e to the power x square for all x. This symbolizes for all x. Okay? For all x greater than 0. For all x greater than 0. Then limit x tends to 1, fx is option A 1, option B 1 by e, option C e, option D 2ic. Apparently, this seems to us very gigantic, but actually the simplification demands the basic algebraical trick of class 7 middle term factor. Okay? How? Just see. Just fx plus now you take the LCM. So easy approach is taking LCM. Fx whole square. This implied what? That a to the power m plus n formula. Hope you are taught in class 9 a to the power m plus n means a to the power m into a to the power n. Here e to the power x, e to the power x square less than equal to cross multiply okay By simple cross multiply method, we have got this. Now, you bring all the terms in left hand side and keep 0 in the right hand side. You will get what? Fx whole square minus okay. Now this sum demands middle term factor. Okay, you remove the brackets, simplify and get factorized. Hope it is visible now. See, fx whole square minus plus minus so from these two I can take fx common. What will be left? And from these two so this is the factor. Inadequate place, so I am shifting here. You see, less than equal to 0. Okay. Now, once you get that factorized form, then we can use the concept of wavy curve method. What is wavy curve method? You are taught in function even. Suppose x minus 1, x minus 2 less than 0. Then by plotting on number line, we can say x lies between 1 and 2. But here 1 and 2, by seeing you can cultivate or recognize which is bigger. Obviously x lesser than the bigger number and greater than the smaller number. But in e to the power x and e to the power x square, which is bigger, without drawing graph, next impossible to say. What is the graph of e to the power x? E to the power x's graph is what? E to the power x is like that. And what is e to the power x square? E to the power x square is, in left hand side it will be lesser and right hand side bigger. Okay, this is e to the power x, e to the power x square. Now, you tell me that which part of this graph should be taken? Left part or right part? You observe the question. You see, x is given greater than 0. So I will take the right part. Okay? Yes or no? So in right part, which is bigger? Which lies above e to the power x square? Yes or no? So e to the power x square will be considered as bigger number, bigger value. E to the power x will be lesser value. So fx lies between e to the power x square and e to the power x. So it gives us the semblance of sandwich theorem. It gives the C sandwich theorem, that is the uppermost curve, lowermost curve, fx is squeezed or sandwiched between these two curves. Understand? Now sandwich theorem states what? Few minutes back we discussed. Sandwich theorem states that If fx is squeezed between hx and gx and x tends to a, hx is equal to x tends to a, the limiting value of outermost curve and low, least curve are equal the limiting value, then the function which is squeezed between these two will have same limiting value. Okay, already we have got, but here we see whether that will play any role here or not. See, fx is squeezed between these two curves. Here we are told to find the limit at which point x tends to 1. Yes or no? Let us take the uppermost curve, e to the power x square. I told you few minutes back, the limiting value means the value to which x tending to, you can put directly. If you get a finite value, means limit, its dictionary meaning means it converges to a finite value. That's why limit. Even in our daily life routine, we can say, hey, you are crossing your limit. That means you are crossing your limit means you have forgot your demarcation line. So if I put x tends to 1, x is equal to 1, I will get E. Then I put the same in the lowermost, that means the function which is called infimum. That is also E, e to the power 1 E. So by squeeze play theorem or sandwich theorem, therefore by sandwich theorem, we can say the middle part fx limit x tends to 1, fx has also the same limit. Yes or no? So option is C. Okay. If any doubt arises, don't hesitate to ask me. Now, next part. Let us draw one circle, and there is a tangent, and in class 10 you were taught radius and tangent are perpendicular to each other. Join it. This is O, A, B. Join it. That is C. So, by this triangle and this circle, we have got three area. Area of the bigger triangle OAB, area of triangle AOB, area of triangle AOC, and area of the sector, area of sector AOC. Area of the sector AOC. Now, according to this figure, which area is biggest? Obviously AOB. which area is least? Triangle AOC. And between these two areas, which is squeezed? Sector AOC. That is the relation between the areas. Yes or no? These are the radius. OA is equal to OC is equal to R. You do one thing, you introduce one perpendicular. CD is drawn perpendicular to OA. You can ask me what you are going to establish. You will come to know in few minutes after, sorry. Of base into height. That is area of triangle AOC. What is the area of the sector? In class 10 or 9, I think you were taught pi r square theta by 360. So the angle is subtended at the center. I am letting theta. So this is area of the sector pi r square theta by 360. And area of the triangle AOB is what? Half base into height. OA into AB. Hope it is clear to you. Now OA means R. Half R into CD. Pi and 360 will get cancelled. R square theta by 2 half OA. Again OA means R. R stands for radius into AB. I can drop half from each side. Now there is R. One R you can drop, but must mention R not equal to 0. Obviously, radius is equal cannot be 0. Had this been 0, circle will become a point circle. So CD less than R theta less than AB. Now CD involved in which triangle? This triangle. So you consider this triangle. See, in triangle OCD, sin theta means what? Sine of this angle, theta, perpendicular by hypotenuse. So, CD is equal to OC sin theta, R sin theta. So, instead of CD, I can write R sin theta. Okay? And instead of AB, see AB involved in which triangle? See, in triangle AOB, tan theta, AB by OA. So AB, OA is what? R. So I can write AB R tan theta. Again, you can drop R from each side. So I have got one inequality like that. And this inequality refers what? That squeeze play theorem or sandwich theorem. Yes or no? Now, you do one thing. You divide each term by sine theta. You will get what? Theta by sine theta. Tan theta by sine theta, how much? Tan by sine means 1 by cos theta. Now reverse it. If you reverse cos theta less than sine theta by theta less than 1. Now tell me, for what value of theta cos theta and 1 become same? When theta is equal to 0. Yes or no? Yes or no? So I will examining the limit at which point theta tends to 0. Okay. So hope it is clear to you. See, take the extreme left part. Limit theta tends to 0 cos theta. You can ask me, sir, can I put theta 0? I can say, tell you, okay, you put theta 0. If you get a finite value, then you will be allowed to put. Yes, we are getting finite value 1. What is the limiting value when theta tends to 0? Limiting value of the extreme right? That is also 1. So sandwich theorem is knocking at our door, saying what? Therefore, the middle term, middle function which is squeezed between these two functions will also tend to 0 and its 1 and limiting value will be 1. Therefore, by sandwich theorem, as lowermost function's limiting value at theta 0 is 1, uppermost function of 1, uppermost function limiting value of theta tends to 0 is also 1. So, the function lies at the middle, that is squeezed between these two, will also have same limiting value at theta 0. Therefore, by sandwich theorem, theta tends to 0, sin theta by theta equal to 1. One important property we are able to derive. Okay, you can tell me that derivation is required in JEE main advanced. No, but if you can't get or absorb the thing which is from where it is inherited, means if you can't go through the theory, hardly you can get grip on the chapter. Yes or no? So in the same manner, from that inequality, I can write similarly, no need to prove that next property, that is limit theta tends to 0 tan theta by theta is equal to 1. No need to write. No need to write. Okay. So these two important property we have got. Hope you have understood. Now, one sum which refers this formula. Say limit x tends to 0 sin 5x by 2x. Can I write 1 directly? No. Why? Because here, if you observe the theorem formula, theta and theta. This must be same, then we can write 1. But here in place of theta what we have? 5x, in denominator 2x and limiting value x. So we have to make them same. So this part easily we can make. Limit x tends to 0 means 2x tends to 0. Or what we have in sine 5x, sorry, not 2x. Multiply both sides by 5. Sine 5x. So you can bring 5. But that 5 we did not have. We have to introduce. So to balance, you write numerator by 5 and actually we had 2 in the denominator. Now, in this limit, 5 by 2 has no role. It will be treated as constant. So, you take out of the limit. 5 by 2 will be brought out of the limit and what will be left for you? Five x, 5x, 5x, 5x. Okay? All are same. So, I am entitled to put 1. Understand? Okay. Now, another sum of this type. Now, regarding 10, limit x tends to 0, tan x degree by x. You are told to find its value. X degree, not x to the power 0. But we have the formula theta tends to 0, tan theta by theta is 1. So, x degree. So, you have to convert degree to radian. Understand? How? We know 180 degree is what? Pi. Yes or no? Therefore, 1 degree pi by 180, x degree pi x by 180. So, that x degree is replaced. Okay. Now, see here, this is theta, this is theta, this is theta. Here in place of theta we have this. So, in denominator also we have to bring that term and that x has to be changed in terms of that. So, you can do one thing, limit instead of x, if you wish, you can write pi x by 180 tends to 0. You can write a different variable, say this is y, then the that gigantic figure will be little bit simpler. You have got this thing. Now, for sake of a good representation, I am letting pi x by 180 is equal to y. So, as therefore pi x tends to 0, it means y also tends to 0. Yes or no? So the variable is, change from x to y, tan y. So once you get tan y, then taking reference of that formula tan theta, you have to bring theta to put it in standard form of tan. So I have to bring y somehow. Yes or no? But we did not have y in denominator. So write y by x. So that part has attained that standard form. So that part will give us 1. But till then, the role of limit is not yet fulfilled. So though it gives you 1, but here you have to replace y, exact value of y, and write x tends to 0. You can say, how y tends to 0? Suddenly you change x tends to 0, because as y is, y is was replaced by this value of x. So y tends to 0 is representing same what x tends to 0 represents. Yes or no? So here, which part is not related to x? This part. Take out. Pi by 180 is taken out, and what will be left for you? X by x. 1. Answer pi by 180. Okay. Gradually we are going, from simpler standard to substandard. Not at a certain moment. Now, if you get the sum like this, x tends to pi by 2, tan 2x by 2x minus pi. And how can I defend this sum? See, if I put myself in your position, what I would have observed, there is theta, theta tends to 0. Here 2x, x tends to 0 is given? No. Okay, x tends to 0 is not given. Then what should be our immediate step? I have to bring 0 over here. How? By dragging this pi by 2 in the left hand side. Okay. Once you do this, then another thing will play in your mind, that here we have got theta tends to 0. Theta is a single term, but here x with x there is a minus pi by 2. So I have to make it, I have to substitute it by a single variable, not with any other constant term, means shifting of axis. So I will let x minus pi by 2 as y. X minus pi by 2 as y. Here x is shifted minus pi by 2 towards left. So I will consider it as a single variable. Now x minus pi by 2 tends to 0 given. It depicts what? Y also tends to 0. Once the variable is shifted, that means in each case, all x will be replaced by y. Means x must be replaced by y in terms of y. So I will replace this thing by y. Tan 2x, 2 into what is x? From here you can get x in terms of y, x in terms of y. Denominator, you see 2x will be written in terms of y. So all x is replaced and converted into y. Now limit y tends to 0, 2 into pi by 2, open the bracket, pi plus 2i, 2 into pi by 2, pi plus 2i minus pi, cancel. Now we know, you also know, that pi is the period of tan, tan pi plus theta is tan theta. So I can write limit y tends to 0 means 2i also tends to 0, tan pi plus theta, tan theta. So you observe 2i, 2i, 2i have become same. I am entitled to put 1. Okay. Hope you could follow. Now, if you get a sum like this, then how will you defend this? I am telling you, once you get the sum like this, means which involve mod or GIF or square root, then instead of using formula directly, you observe whether limit exists or not. Whether limit exists or not. Why? Because we know mod x is x if x greater than 0, minus x if x is less than 0. So, by the definition of limit, first we will observe the right hand limit. X tends to 0. 0 plus. What is meant by 0 plus? X greater than 0. Right hand side of 0. Then sin mod x by x will be what? Sin x. Why? Mod x will be x then. And what formula we are taught? Sin theta, theta, theta tends to 0 is 1. Now let us examine with zero minus. What is x tends to 0 minus? See, 0 minus means in number line that is 0 plus 0 minus left hand side. In that case, sin mod x is sin of minus x. What I will do with this minus sign? Will it be absorbed? No, it will be brought out. Minus 1. So, right hand limit and left hand limit are providing two different value. Here you see, therefore, limit extends to 0 plus what is? This is fx. Fx not equal to limit extends to 0 minus fx. So, left hand limit, right hand limit not meeting. So, limit does not exist. Yes or no? So, once you get mod, square root, box function, then instead of using formula directly, first we have to observe whether limit exists or not. Now, let us skip to its above level, which one sum came in JE, and the sum is so simple, board level, even inferior than board level. But somehow in that time in JE main, I think in 2013, it actually traumatized the student. It stupefied the student. Why? The sum had simple approach, but those who forgot the basic thing of limit, that means mod or box or square root or this type where plus minus both can come, in that contrast can come, those who forgot got wrong answer. See, they got wrong answer confidently. See how. The sum was limit extends to 0, root 1 minus cos 2x by x. JE main sum. So simple. Is option A, root 2 minus root 2 does not exist. None of this. See, first I will discuss the mistake. So, the student who knew multiple angles property, 1 minus cos 2 theta is 2 sin squared theta. They once they got that relation here, and in JE main type exam, they thought that okay, we first and see their answer was coming so simple, so they in simpler form they had chosen either A or B. Some student got C, and good number of student marked none of these. That is an easy approach. See, once they got that connection of this sum to this form, they started in this way. First, let us discuss about the silly mistake. 2 sin square x by x. 2 will be brought out in terms of root. Sin x by x formula, root 2, this is 1, and maximum student had ticked against it. No, wrong. They forgot the basic definition of the limit. First, limit has to be existed. It must have existence. Okay. Suppose you want to buy a thing in market, first you have to be confirmed whether it has existence or not. Then you buy. So, once you get root or mod, I told you, or box function, okay, then that concept will recur. Does it exist or not? See, let's see, that is the wrong method. So, it was accepted by maximum students. That was attempted in that year with this approach. Right now the sum is very much known to you, but in that time it was new. Hope it is clear to you. Let us draw the sin x's curve. What is sin x? That is sin x principal value. So, when x is greater than 0, when x is greater than 0, x tends to 0 plus, then sin x is what? Positive or negative? Lies above x axis. Yes or no? Then sin x is positive. Yes or no? But you see, in the slightly skip to the left hand side, sin x lies below the x axis. So x tends to 0 minus, sin x will be less than 0. Okay. So the first part which I have crossed, the first part is okay. That common formula 1 minus cos 2 theta, very much known formula to be used here. X tends to 0 plus, that is root 2 sin square x by x. Root 2 will be brought out. Now root sin square x. Once you get square root, that means two value can occur. Suppose square root of 4 plus 2 and minus 2. Yes or no? So I have seen that when x is tends to 0 plus, sin x is positive. So I will take positive value. That gives you what? Root 2. But when I will take, instead of 1 minus cos 2x, if I put 2 sin square x, x tends to 0 minus. Root 2 will be brought out. Will be minus sin x by x. That means minus root 2. Are they equal? No. Therefore, limit x tends to 0 plus fx not equal to limit x tends to 0 minus fx. So, what conclusion I can draw? Limit does not exist. Option, which option should they choose? Option C. So this method wrong. Yes or no? Could you follow this? Okay. Now, one important property. Limit n tends to infinity, a to the power n 0, if a lies between 0 to 1. You can ask me why. Suppose you have chosen a number half. Half is a proper fraction. Now you keep on putting exponent on it. Say half square, then half cube, then half to the power 4. So what is observed here? This sequence goes to what? It is being increased or decreased. If you keep on increasing the power of a proper fraction, number is being increased or decreased? Decreased. Why? Half, that is 1/4. 1 by 8, number is being lesser. So being decreased in this way, once it will tend to what? 0. Yes or no? So a to the power n tends to infinity. If a lies between 0 to 1, it will be 0 if it is a proper fraction. It will be 1 if a greater than 1. A equal to 1. And it is infinity if a greater than 1. For example, you are getting 2 on a sequence like this, 2 square, 2 cube. So here the base is greater than 1 and you are keep on increasing the power, and so power is being increased and becomes wider and tending to infinity. Yes or no? Got it? So if you are asked to find n tends to infinity 2 by 3 whole to the power n, which seems to us impossible till now, has become possible. Why? Here base is what? A. A is 2 by 3. A is 2 by 3 and that is lies between 0 and 1. So if I put infinity, it is a proper fraction, it will start to reduce, and being reduced in this way, once it will converge to 0. Yes or no? Understand? Suppose a joint entrance level question. X tends to infinity log x by box x. See, total concept based question. See, if you want to find the limit, you need the graphical presentation of both the function, which already is discussed. Log x's graph is what? It will be like that. Yes or no? And box x, I told you, the horizontal slab of the staircase of your house. This. So this is box x. Yes or no? And that is log x. Okay? Got it? So from this graphical presentation of two curves, how can I, converge this to a finite limit? See, here x is increased. You observe the trend. X is increased. So log x is decreasing, box x is increasing. Yes or no? Which box x is staircase, symbolization of civilization. You will go up, and log x, it is concave downwards. So as the increment of x is being on, log x will keep on reducing and box x will keep on increasing. Yes or no? So in class 6, you are taught in a fraction. Suppose it is 2/3. If you now 3 by 8. So if you increase the difference of numerator and denominator, so the number will be incremented or decremented. Gradually the sequence will go to lesser or bigger? Lesser. See, 2, 3 by 8, 4 by 25. So, you observe the difference between numerator and denominator is being increased. So, as a result, the numbers are being decreased. So, here difference as the by the hour of need, as the value of x is being increased, difference between log x and box x will be increased, and it is, the increment will be on more wider. As a whole, the whole number will be reduced, and it is reduced maximum to what? 0. Yes or no? In one step we can do. Understand? Suppose you have got limit n tends to infinity 2 cos x plus 2 by 3 whole to the power n if x is root 2 cos x plus 2 whole by 3 whole to the power n if x is greater than pi by 4. Okay, you are told to find the limit. Understand? Now, how to proceed? If I take cos x to both sides, cos to both sides, this greater than sign will remain or not? No. Why? You observe the graph of cos. This is cos. There is pi by 4. So here from 0 to pi, cos x is decreasing. Why? You are giving increment to x, but cos x coming down. So x is increasing, but cos x is decreasing. Yes or no? So it is a reverse function. Understand? So once I put cos to both sides, greater than will become lesser. Yes or no? So cos x, that is 1 by root 2 cos x plus 1. Understand? But with root 2 cos x, we have plus 2 appended. So root 2 cos x plus 2 less than, I have added 2 to left hand side as well as on right hand side. So 1 has become 3. Understand? Now root 2 cos x plus 2 by 3 is lesser than 1. Yes or no? So that formula which we have just discussed, that if a lies less than 1, n tends to infinity, whatever be the base not equal to 0 with n power, it will converge to a finite limit 0. So here you see, that is a, n tends to infinity with power n, and a itself less than 1. So answer is 0. Okay. See how good the sum is. It is, gobsmacking. So looked very gigantic. Student, student will get panic. Okay, what is given? N tends to infinity, but variable inside box is given x. Sum is wrong. No, it demands your basic perception on graph. Okay, that is the preparation. Silently you are doing for JEE. Now, one sum Based on basic theorem, we will do from the vault question bank of JEE Advanced or Main. 1 minute, wait for a while. X tends to pi, based on this basic property. If we can't conclude with a JEE Advanced level sum, then it will be injustice to the preparation of our highest level education. See, 4 root 2 sine 3x plus sine x by 2 sine 2x dx by 2 plus cos 5x by 2 minus root 2 plus root 2 cos 2x plus cos 3x by 2. Its value you are told to find. So, this sum is not so critical, but see, it came in JEE Advanced 2020. The sum is looked very critical, gigantic, but once you simplify it, you will get a simplified integer type question, a simplified version of it. So let us try. This, the first part, sin C plus sin D is demand, as the demand. X tends to pi by 2, 4 root 2, formula 2 sin C plus D by 2, 2x, cos C minus D by 2x, and you remove the bracket. Instead of sin 2x, you can write 2 sin x cos x of multiple angle. This sin 3x by 2 will remain unchanged. If you remove the bracket, cos 5x by 2 minus plus minus. So put them after removal of bracket, you will get this. And from the rest, you take root 2 common. See how you are privileged by this. Limit x tends to pi by 2, 4 root 2 into 2, 8 root 2, sin 2x. That sin 2x to be splitted into 2 sin x cos x again. Instead of this sin 2x and another cos x which is appended with that is kept like that. See here 2 into 2 is 4 sin x cos x sin 3x by 2. Here which formula is required? Which formula is demanded? Cos C minus cos D. Cos C minus cos D's formula brings one minus sign. Minus 2 sin C plus D by 2. In cos C minus cos D, only sine function will be involved. Cos C minus cos D, 2 sin C plus D by 2 means 5x by 2 plus 3x by 2 by 2 means 8x by 4 sine 2x into sine c minus d by 2, 5x by 2 minus 3x by 2. That means sine x by 2. And in multiple angle, 1 plus cos 2x is nothing but 2 cos square x. So, till now, there is no privilege. Still, we are in the junction of simplification. This is, see, 4 root 2 and that sine 2x. You observe there is 1, 2, 8 root 2. These two will get multiplied with 8. 16 root 2 sine x cos x into cos x divided by 4 sin x cos x sin 3x by 2 minus that sin 2x also be opened by 2 sin x cos x into sin x by 2 minus 2 root 2 cos square x. So, right now, glimpse of light, glimpse of hope. 1 cos x I can cancel. 1 cos x I can cancel. Yes or no? Okay. Now, little bit simplification is done. Now, what is left for us? Hope it is clear to you. After this stage, see, from here, 4 sin x, 4 sin x, I will take common. Limit x tends to pi by 2. Now, no change will be in numerator. 16 root 2 sin x cos x by, see here 2 into 2 will give you 4 and 4 sin x will be taken common. If I take 4 sin x common, what will be left in the bracket? Sin 3x by 2 minus sin x by 2 minus 2 root 2 cos x. Yes or no? Gradually, we are tending to find limiting value and the conclusion. So, x tends to pi by 2, 16 root 2 sin x cos x, 4 sin x. This term indicates sin c minus sin d. That means 2 sin c plus d by 2. Sin c minus d by 2. dx by 2 minus x by 2 by 2. That means sin x by 2 cos this plus this by 2 cos x minus 2 root 2 cos x. Yes or no? Now, we are in the verge of conclusion. I can take cos common and that will get cancelled with from numerator and denominator. So, one step before we reach the final conclusion, just one step behind the final conclusion, 8 sin x by 2 minus 2 root 2. So, there is a term Isolated term minus 2 root 2 indicates what? If I put x is equal to pi by 2, I will not get any undefined zero value in denominator. So let us put 16 root 2 sin pi by 2 by 8 sin pi by 2. Here if I put sin pi by 4 minus 2 root 2, sin pi by 2 is 1, 16 root 2, 8 into 1, 1 by root 2 minus 2 root 2, root 2 and 8 cancel, 4 root 2. So 16 root 2 by 2 root 2, answer is 8. So the sum which looked very gigantic is reduced to a simple value. The toughness of JEE Advanced is reduced to board level event. So don't be afraid of defending JEE Advanced, JEE Main. Okay, hope whatever is taught is understood by you. So next class we'll do something more on limit in very interesting pillar of math and up to master degree level. Okay, so see you next day. Goodbye and keep on seeing our video and channel. Thank you.